Thinking about leaving your job? Here's what I think about that. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, your go-to place for building your dream career and achieving your highest potential. I'm Allie and I'm extremely excited because today is our first segment of Q&A Wednesday where I answer one of your questions on career, work, or leadership. Let's get started. Anonymous writes, "Hey Allie, I've been struggling with my job for a while now and have been having thoughts of leaving and possibly changing careers. Am I being hasty or is it time to go? Thanks." Hi Anonymous, and thank you for asking that question. This is a problem that's plaguing so many employees. In fact, one study assessed 17,000 US workers and found that over 70% said that they were thinking about changing employers. And to make matters worse, it doesn't look like it's changing anytime. So what are we going to do about that? So going back to your question, the first thing that I have to say is the very fact that you wrote this question, in fact, for any of you watching this at home, the fact that you clicked on this video because you're thinking about leaving your job is already your sign that you need to go. The reality is that happy people don't think about leaving their jobs unless it's related to family issues or moving to a different area. Happy people do not think about leaving. And so really the best thing that I would recommend is really ask yourself, what is lacking? What's the problem? It could be that the organization doesn't have something that you want, or they are giving you something that you don't want. So you really need to ask yourself, what is it you want and what is it that you don't want? Do you want to be in a supportive environment? Do you want your supervisors to support you? Do you want to be in an environment that promotes collaboration? Do you want to be in a place that's laid back, relaxed, and goes with the flow? They don't micromanage you. Maybe you just need more pay. There are several different factors that can lead up to you leaving, and so you really have to ask yourself, why am I leaving? What do I not have? And what is it that I want instead? Once you have the answer to that question, I promise that things are going to get better. It's only up to you to find the place that can fit that bill. That leads to my next piece of advice. You need to now set some goals. You've determined you want to leave. You've figured out what it is that you want. Now you need to set some goals for yourself. The more specific, the better. If you decide that you need to change jobs, all right, you still love your job, you love the industry, but you just need to change employers, that's perfectly fine. All you need to do is just apply places. Here's the catch. Whenever we're applying to places, it can take anywhere between 2 to 6 months to find our next job. And quite frankly, I know people it's taken a lot longer. So be smart about this. Really do your research on organizations and don't just rely on one organization. You need to have several backups. I mean several. For grad school alone, it's recommended that you have 40 schools in mind. Same thing for doing your job. You really should have more than 20 in mind and just keep applying. Make sure you ask recruiters particular questions, but really make sure you get the information you need so that you're making the best decision on what's best for you. Once you have these options, the next thing you want to do is you want to set specific goals. If you're going to apply for jobs, okay, tell yourself that every week or every 2 weeks, you're going to apply to 5 to 8 places, and you're going to do that until you get a job. It's specific, it has a deadline, and it keeps you motivated. For those of you who are thinking of going entrepreneurship, you really need to ask yourself if you can support yourself with this particular endeavor. Whenever we're starting out as entrepreneurs, we're starting from scratch, and so you really have to build yourself up. So what I highly suggest you do is just find a side gig. Find another job and find one that gives you flexibility to start this side hustle. Do not quit your job just because you are miserable. Understand your needs first. If you cannot support yourself for 9+ months, that is a sure sign that you need to still be working. So don't just quit. Have a plan in place. Better safe than sorry. And last but not least, something that I really want to stress, do not burn bridges. It's very tempting, especially if it's our supervisor or our colleagues. They treat us terribly. You know, I've experienced it. I know several other people who experience this. It's an awful feeling. But when you're trying to transition to a different company or even entrepreneurship, Do not burn bridges, okay? Tell people thank you for working with them and then move on. Do not do anything that you'll regret later. It will bite you in the ass. When you piss somebody off, they will hunt you down, so don't burn bridges. Cut it clean so that way you can start on a new slate and not have any baggage. All right, and that's it for Q&A Wednesday. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you going through this situation? Do you know somebody else who is? What would you recommend? I'd love to hear it. Let me know. And stay tuned for this Thursday where I'll be talking about why you shouldn't be following your passion. And if you're one of those individuals who are thinking about changing careers and a little lost and don't know what to do, I highly recommend my Tips and Tea Time video where it gives you some tips and tricks on how to discover your dream career. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Otherwise, it's been a pleasure having you today. I look forward to seeing you next week. Take it easy, everyone. Bye.